What is up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wild back with another live stream. And I normally don't do live streams on Saturdays, but so much has went on this week, and I've been insanely busy. I feel like I owe you guys a little something. What's up, Big Play Slay? A big newsworthy week for the Eagles. Spring, it is the first additional day of spring. So that's something. I wish the weather here on the East Coast would kind of show it off. It is a little bit chilly on my side of things. And that means we got a lot of things starting. Baseball. We've got the playoffs in basketball are right around the corner. Youth sports seems to be starting up again. My kids are my daughter's doing softball. Her that starts tomorrow. I had the absolute it's not easy picking out cleats for a 12-year-old girl, as I figured out today. What's going on prime time? But anyway, as far as Eagle news goes, it's just been a crazy week. It's been an absolute crazy week. And it started with the league year opening. And now look, we knew the Eagles weren't going to do much in free agency. Actually, on Tuesday, we talked about this at Tuesday's live stream. The Eagles hadn't done anything yet. They freed up some cap space, got under the cap, but they didn't do anything. And look, I didn't expect them to. I knew the dire situation that they were in, the dire situation that Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie allowed to happen here. But I didn't know how much it was going to sting, and it definitely stung. Because around this time, we're all very, very excited about the Philadelphia Eagles. But it wasn't to be this year or so far. And it just seems to get worse every day. I try to be optimistic for you guys, but it is very hard to be that right now as you watch every other team in the conference get better and we stand pat. But to open it up with some positivity, I will say yesterday's signing of Anthony Harris, free safety from the Minnesota Vikings, was the best signing we've had, even though we only signed Andrew Adams, a special teamer. They got Harris on a 1-year, $5 million deal. I think it's an absolute steal. He led the league in interceptions in 2019. He had a down year last year, as did everyone on the Minnesota Vikings defense. I believe they lost a lot of their defensive line. So getting Anthony Harris, an absolute ball hawk, for a secondary that we all know doesn't like to catch interceptions, is definitely a start. And, Gannon is our defensive coordinator, and secondary is his specialty. So you would think that he would definitely be able to shore that up. Now, we definitely need an outside corner to go side by side with Darius Slay as the NFC. And you know what? I'm going to start this all over the place. I had a whole what's up, Monica Lane? What's going on? I had a whole different array of topics, different way I wanted to go with today's show, but it's going to be all over the place. I want to talk about the NFC East. The NFC East is the worst division of football. I still think it's the worst division of football, even after this week's moves. But every team got better except for the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion. As today, the New York Giants signed Kenny Golladay to be their wide receiver one. He gets $72 million over 4 years. I think that's a little bit too rich for my bones. Now, look, the Eagles don't have any money, so it's not like I can expect them to compete with these teams. But every team in the conference has great wide receivers. You get with Dallas with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. The Redskins signed Curtis Samuel this week. I'm sorry, the Washington football team signed Curtis Samuel. They still have Terry McLaurin. And then the Giants, Slayton, Golladay, they signed John Ross from the Bengals. They signed Kyle Rudolph from the Vikings to go with Evan Ingram. So, if they can get a quarterback, they will be decent for sure. And then you have our Philadelphia Eagles, who all we've done is lose players, which that's not a big deal to me because a lot of those players weren't that great. Guys like Duke Riley, who was a special teams ace, signs with the Miami Dolphins. Malik Jackson, who was released, goes to the Browns. We all know about Jalen Mills. We talked about him Tuesday, signing with the Patriots. And look, Anthony Harris is a huge upgrade over Jalen Mills. Now, Adoree Jackson, who was released by the Tennessee Titans, he is set to meet with the Giants on Monday. And if they don't sign him, he will meet with the Eagles. But the Giants have money to spend, and they are getting better. And if they get him, I mean, guys, it's depressing. It's absolutely depressing. What do you think? Monica says, "What do you think about the Washington team signings?" I think they're legit. I like them. Look, Fitzpatrick is a great backup. Now they still need a starter. And Fitzpatrick's not going to come in there and be a starting quarterback. He just hasn't been, and he's not going to be at this point in his career. But he's a hell of a backup quarterback. He's going to make guys better. Curtis Samuel's a solid wide receiver. I mean, I like everything that they're doing. Their defense is already awesome. So I think they signed a corner too, as Darby left. But yeah, if they can get a quarterback, they'll be a scary team. But like I said, Fitzpatrick is a great mentor / backup. You can't. And Taylor Haneke, is that his name, from the XFL? He's also a backup quarterback. Yes, he played a great game against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that kind of mailed it in during that first round of the playoffs. But yeah, I like what they're doing. I really like I'm not going to lie. I like what the Giants are doing. And the thing with the Giants is they don't have a quarterback. Daniel Jones is not Daniel Jones in a couple of years is not going to be a starting quarterback in this league. Sorry, that's just my opinion. And they don't have an offensive line. They don't have anybody to protect this guy. So you can sign all the wide receivers you want to. You can sign all the tight ends that you want to, and bring in all the running backs that you want to. But if you got nobody, and I'm sure they're going to address this in the draft again. If you don't have anybody to protect your quarterback, as we all know, there's not going to be much. You're not going to have much winning, much for the rest of this team. Speaking of quarterbacks, our ex-quarterback, who I really vowed not to talk about on this show. I mean, look, it's time, and I love John Clark from NBC Sports Philadelphia, but man, this dude, he is still must be the biggest Philadelphia or Carson Wentz fan on the planet. I'm really getting tired of all the Carson Wentz stuff, but this situation is different. I mean, this guy was supposed to be he was our franchise quarterback, was supposed to be our Aaron Rodgers, our Drew Brees, and it all went south. It's just crazy that he is a Colt right now. Monica Lane, should we bring Foles back? Man, I love Nick Foles. And I was going to get to this later, but why not get to it now? Since we're talking about ex-Eagles, I love Nick Foles. Who couldn't? What he did for us here, and yeah, he'd be great to come back as a backup. But man, it's going to be really bad for Jalen Hurts if that happens. Because look, Jalen Hurts is going to have a couple bad games. At best, he's going to have. I mean, it's just look, no quarterback's perfect, but the first bad series that Jalen Hurts has. You know what? You know us. We're going to be asking and begging for Nick Foles to come in the game because of what he did here. So, I mean, look, I would rather them – I said it in the past. I'd rather them bring a guy like Alex Smith in here to mentor Jalen. But I'll never not want Nick Foles on my team selfishly. We need Jamar Chase to keep up over Kyle Pitts. Jamar Chase is the golden goose for me in this draft for the Eagles. I mean, look, you watch what's up, Big Play Slay. You watch what these other teams are doing, and Kenny Golladay going to the Giants, and Curtis Samuel, and all these other teams having all these great wide receivers. Because of bad drafting, the Eagles don't have that. So they need to do something, and Jamar Chase is that answer. I don't think he's going to make it to the Eagles. I really don't. I feel like he's going to be a Miami Dolphin. But if for some reason he slides to the Eagles at 6, I'm definitely taking him over Kyle Pitts, who, again, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be mad if Kyle Pitts is drafted. If they're both standing there, I will be a little upset if they pick Pitts over Jamar Chase. But either way, you can't go wrong. Kyle Pitts is a wide receiver playing tight end, straight up, and he's a damn good one. But guys, back to Carson Wentz. He had his introductory press conference with the Colts. The Colts didn't want any Philly media there. Somehow, I think Les Bowen and Howard Eskin snuck onto the panel. And look, this is sad for me because I was a huge Carson Wentz fan. My kids are huge Carson Wentz fans. I don't know how he went from being, and look, I'm not looking at this. I'm trying to take off these green colored goggles, right? And I'm trying to look at this as just a guy. He's so unlikable to me right now. So unlikable. And there's one thing that he said in that press conference that is worth sharing today with you guys. And it makes my blood boil when I think about how he was the guy that I thought he was, the quarterback that I thought he was. He wasn't. And it's because of one thing that he said. I'm going to bring that up for you guys. Here we go.
I just follow up real quickly, please. Was there a moment, Carson, where you felt that maybe it just was it in Green Bay? Like, was there just a moment where you felt like, you know what, maybe it's just time for a fresh start? Was there a moment?
I mean, Green Bay was probably the moment that I realized, this might not be it. When anytime you're pulled, you don't know what's, am I going to go back out next week, next drive? Like, I had no idea. And so all of those things go through your mind, but try and not overthink it. Try and just be in the moment, do what I can. Obviously frustrated to not be playing, but at the same time, try to be there for my teammates and do everything I can to help the team win. And, but yeah, those thoughts definitely, creep in once you're benched, and that's just how it unfolded.
Thank you, Carson. Best of luck.
Got to be kidding me.
More. Dave Griffiths.
No more. That smug smile on the face of the ex-Eagles quarterback that basically stole money. The Eagles are paying $34 million to pay this guy to be an Indianapolis Colt this year. And you heard it from his mouth. He stopped, or he thought about getting traded the first time he was pulled. It's oh my God.
Now I'm really pissed off.
It's unbelievable to me that instead of fighting for your job, instead of firing back, the Eagles gave him 12 weeks. 12. It's not like this was week 2 and he gets pulled. It's not like it was the halftime of week 1. They gave him 12 weeks. 12 weeks to get it together. And I don't care. I don't want to hear about what they did, about what the office did, bringing in Jalen Hurts, which was, I hope he turns out to be a marvelous pick, but at that time, it's a bad pick. The fact that they, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, I don't want to hear it. You're a competitor. You talked in this press conference, and that's all I'm going to bring up from that, or footage I'm going to show from that garbage press conference. How much of a competitor you are. You got to be kidding me. Green Bay? That was the game. That was the game that you decided that you wanted to get traded, that the thought started creeping in your head instead of, I'm going to win my job back next week. It's absolutely unreal. It is unreal. And the fact that the people that are in the NovaCare Center, and we talked about everything that happened with Jeffrey Lurie and all and Howie Roseman, the fact that these guys didn't see this. The fact that these guys didn't see this. I mean, this dude, Wentz is on this high horse, and the horse needs to be shot and put down, because look, he's not Deshaun Watson playing at a high level, and the rest of the team sucks. No, you are the worst quarterback in the league, the worst. And I'm not just a bitter Eagle fan. You know what? No, yes, I am bitter. I am absolutely bitter. But that's not the point that I'm trying to make right now. The point I'm trying to make is the fact that this guy says in front of media that your first time you were pulled, you thought about getting traded. You know what, man? Look, all the bad stuff, all the bad shit that we talk about Donovan McNabb in this city, I've done it. Donovan McNabb, and look, I believe he's the best Eagles quarterback ever, even though Nick won us a Super Bowl. When Donovan McNabb was pulled in the 2008 season, we've talked about this before, I'm going to bring it up again, for Kevin friggin' Cobb, okay? Donovan McNabb did not send out a story about he wants to be traded the next week. He didn't cry about it. He came back the very next week against the Arizona Cardinals and lit their ass up and put over 40 points on the scoreboard. That's what he did. Carson Wentz, I mean, come on, man. Really? The Green Bay game? Here I am every week, and you can go back and look in the archives, sticking up for this dude, sticking up for him, knowing in my gut Something ain't right. And then to see that. And then what makes it worse, guys, and this is a little bit of a rant, yes. Then what makes it worse, what absolutely makes it worse is I think an hour before, I saw this stuff later because I was sleeping. We get treated with Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni. Oh God. And just bad press conferences from both of them. And look, I'm not going to sit here and be a guy that like a lot of these radio guys and national or local media that aren't giving Sirianni a chance because the guy can't talk because he's too exciting or too excited. It seems very awkward. I'm not going to be that guy. We made that mistake before with Doug Peterson. We made that mistake before in this city with Charlie Manuel. I'm not going to do it. But there's got to be a point where if you're Howie Roseman, you can't let this guy, you got to limit the time that this guy is talking. He's just not comfortable in front of media. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no way that's how he talks in front of his team. There's no way. But he is just not good in front. And look, he's not speaking in front of real people. It's Zoom. That's the first experience this guy has had as a head coach speaking through Zoom. I understand it's got to be hard for the guy, but just for the Wentz stuff and then that absolutely flat and absolutely depressing. Oh man.
Damn, that was annoying.
So moving on, guys. Another story broke earlier this week from Jason LaCanfora that Deshaun Watson, the quarterback from the Houston Texans that desperately wants to get out of Houston, that the Eagles are suitors for Mr. Watson. Now, look, guys, look. I'm not going to look. First off, I just want to disclaimer. Until anything is proven, or I'm not speaking about these allegations. He's got a lot of. Just Google it. There's a lot of allegations going out about him, and some allegations with some women. I'm not going to get into that. If any of that is true, I obviously don't want this guy anywhere near this team. I don't care how goddamn good he is. However, I'm going to, because none of that has been proven, I'm going to talk that he's still Deshaun Watson, the NFL quarterback for the Houston Texans. There's no way, guys. There's no way. He's got a no trade clause. Why would he come here to basically the NFC's version of the Texans? It just doesn't make sense. I would rather, Monica, I'm with you. I wouldn't rather have Jalen Hurts than Deshaun Watson. However, in this situation, I'd rather just stick with Hurts and build around him. Because in order to get Watson, let's say Watson said, you know what? Hell yeah, I love Philly. I would love to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep, you know what? I talked to Howie Roseman. I talked to Jeffrey Lurie. They got me fired up. I'm ready. I love their plan. I want to play for the Eagles. You're going to have to give up, 3 years worth of first-round picks at least, including this year, probably some starters on your team. So now you're going to have Deshaun Watson, and you're not going to have anything else. So you're going to be the Houston Texans. You're going to be winning 7 games every year because one guy can't do it. So LaCanfora reports that. I think it's bullshit, obviously. Then Jeff McClain says that apparently the Eagles did contact the Texans, and Harry Roseman said, I'll give up anything for him. Again, the guy has no trade clause. It doesn't matter if Howie's going to give up his firstborn. If Deshaun Watson doesn't want to be here, he's not going to be here. And again, yes, in fantasy Madden world, it would be absolutely awesome to have, because look, the guy's he's a top 5 quarterback in this league. But I'm not giving up the whole entire farm for the guy. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do it if I'm the Eagles. And also Deshaun Watson, again, doesn't want to be here. He's not going to want to be here. At least I like what Richard says here, and Jason too. I'm not giving up the picks for him. I'm just, again, for a guy that doesn't want to be here, and you're going to have nothing to surround him with. Now I know that the Eagles cap situation is going to get a lot better next year, but you can't just it's like a circle, man. It's like a circle. What's up, Philly? I can't. I just. But again, and I guess it's because of lack of news that this news has leaked out about the Eagles wanting Deshaun Watson. Other news that happened this week, really, and you know what? I'm sorry if I sound annoyed because I just am. The Carson Wentz stuff, it absolutely. If you guys are just joining in, it absolutely got me fired up. I can't. Maybe I got to calm down a minute. It's been a rough week.
Don't get your panties all in a bunch.
So, Juju Smith-Schuster. I guess, can we say he was the top wide receiver out of this free agent class, or are we giving that to Galladay? Either way, a report, Juju Smith-Schuster re-signed for 1 year with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and a report came out that he turned down offers from the Ravens and a lot more money with the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Now, Adam Schefter, yeah, I agree about Juju. Adam Schefter then went back on that and said, no, I didn't mean that. I meant the Eagles, that the Steelers inquired, or that Juju Smith-Schuster, I'm sorry, his agent inquired with the Eagles about if they had any interest. Man, again, what is it? Just is it the Eagles doing this, trying to have people talk about them? I mean, is that what's happening? Because again, this was one of the most annoying things I saw. And then you got Steelers fans going, "See, the guy's loyal. This is a loyal guy. Yeah, he signed for 1 year with you, 1 year." And as Monica said, Juju kind of fell off last year. He's most known for dancing on the dancing on the Steelers logo, or I'm sorry, the Browns logo, and saying it's the same old Browns, and then they kicked your ass in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, he's a great wide receiver. Again, I would love to have a guy like that here, but it was not to be had. And here I'm bringing up from Bleeding Green Nation the little story here about Juju. Again, check out Bleeding Green Nation, guys, for all your Eagles stuff. Really awesome website. Anyway, so here's the Adam Schefter tweet. You see in the bottom, the first one. Juju Smith-Schuster has turned down more money on a multi-year deal from the Eagles, and he took to return to the Steelers. Per source, the Eagles were a secret suitor, but Smith-Schuster loved Pittsburgh and its fans too much to leave. Hey, he only signed a 1 year deal. Then he says, and he goes back, in this case, Juju Smith-Schuster's agent called the Eagles to gauge their interest. Those were the discussions. The Eagles did not wind up courting him. Juju back to Pittsburgh, which was what he wanted. What the hell is going on? Like, what? Why? Why even mention it? Right? I mean, why even? And Richard's right. It's, this stuff, guy. This has been one of the worst off seasons or start to an off season that I can remember. It got a little, like I said, it got a little better yesterday as we talked about Anthony Harris coming to the Eagles. I think that was a great signing. But other than that, it's just been bad. It's just been bad, and it makes it hard for me because, talking, I love doing the stuff I do here. It's a lot of work. And with all the negativity that surrounds his team right now, it's just like, oh, what's next? Keanu Neal goes to Dallas. Oh, great. Oh, Kenny Galladay goes to Giants. Oh, awesome. Curtis Samuel's with the Washington football team. What the hell are we going to do? What do you think about the Foles talks? Have to ask. I don't want it to be. So I brought this up a little earlier. Look, what Eagle fan would not want to see number 9 on the sidelines again, right? It would be awesome. It would be absolutely awesome. However, I want Jalen Hurts to succeed really, 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 really badly. I want Jalen Hurts to succeed. I want him to have a chance to succeed. I believe if Nick Foles is there, it's just, and I think first off, I think Jalen Hurts mentally is way ahead of Carson Wentz. I think this guy is going to, he's not going to look at it as a threat. However, the first bad series of Jalen Hurts' career or of his the start of 2021. If he has a bad series, we're going to be calling for Nick Foles. The first bad game, we're going to be calling for Nick Foles. This will become a distraction. If Nick gets here, I'm not going to poo-poo and cry about it, but I'd rather see another guy here. I would rather see a guy like Alex Smith that is a true mentor to Jalen. But again, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be pissed off or really mad. I absolutely 100% agree with this and take Claypool over Juju. I wanted the Eagles to draft. I did a draft video last year on Claypool. I thought he would have been great here. Obviously, all the good players go other places, so he went to Pittsburgh and ended up killing us in the season. He had 3 touchdowns. Let's see. Jeff Murphy says, I'd love to see Foles go to the Colts and see Wentz have a nervous breakdown. That'd be priceless. Look, and if you're the Colts, then that's a great point, and not just about the Foles thing, because that obviously would never happen. But what? So if you're the Colts, if you're Frank Reich, at what point? Like now, you have to be walking on eggshells around Carson Wentz because you got to who's his backup there now? It's not Brissett. Now you got to wonder, look, we're going to bring a backup in, but it can't be too good because Carson might not feel great about that. I mean, what the fuck? Good riddance. Play 70% so we get that first round pick. That's it. I've absolutely had it, but yeah, that's he would. You're right. Carson Wentz would have a nervous breakdown. I mean, look, one game, you get pulled and you already, I think I need to be traded. I need a fresh start. You just signed a $100 million contract. What are you talking about? Play. Get your job back. We talk about the Aaron Rodgers thing. The Aaron Rodgers got no help for his offense. They draft a quarterback, went in the first round, and he has the best year of his career. It's just it's such a shame. I watched that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Shit, I can't remember. It just got released maybe a couple months ago about EDPs in it. It basically follows the Eagles, maybe next year, where it follows the Eagles fans during the 2017 season. And I watched that, and we had such high expectations for Carson, man. Like this guy, he was into the league too. He was our version of Aaron Rodgers. He was our franchise quarterback, People looked at him and Jared Goff as, the next, guys are going to kill me for saying this, but the next Manning and Brady almost. So other news that the Eagles did, they lose Cam Johnson to the Texans. He's a punter. I mean, look, he was probably the best player on our team last year, and we lost him. But again, I'm not going to cry over a punter. They re-signed Hassan Ridgeway. They signed Andrew Adams, who played on special teams this year. I'm not a Buck fan, so I don't know why, but I saw some of his highlights, and he looked pretty good when he was starting. And then of course this week, Marquis Goodwin, in one of the weirdest moves I've ever seen, goes back to the Niners. So the trade is reversed, goes back to the Niners. Then the Niners release the guy. Anyway, the Eagles get a 7th round pick after that. So I want to know what you guys think about Adoree Jackson. I think this guy would be great here. However, he's got to go to New York and visit with the Giants. So is there a chance that he comes here? I don't think so. But I would love him and Slay next to each other, and whoever the Eagles get in the draft. I think that would be great. I'm hitting this C4 hard, man. After this, I'm going to check out that Snyder cut of Justice League, that 4 hours. Yeah, they let Marquis go. It was like a day after. Obviously, there must have been some kind of language in the trade, the contract, because I guess the Eagles didn't want him, or the Niners wanted him back. I thought maybe the Niners wanted him back. But they let him go. They let him go the next day. So he is a free agent, and who knows? He might come back here. I don't know. I'm my head's in the clouds as far as the Eagles go at free agency. I like how, like I said, I really like the Anthony Harris signing, but I'm afraid it might be the only signing that we're going to get, which is going to absolutely suck. And then it really depends on this draft, guys. Next year depends on this draft. So we went over Juju Smith-Schuster, we went over Deshaun Watson, Nick Foles, and that horrible Carson Wentz press conference. A lot of people are out on Nick Sirianni because of words. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see what we got here. Jackson would be a boost. Yeah, I think he's got some ties to Darius Slay. I think they have a good relationship. So again, and then Gannon, that's Gannon's strength is secondary. Yes, thank you. Hit that like button. You guys know the deal. Share, subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate you guys coming on here with me today. It's just been it's been a crazy week in the NFC East. And it's just, I don't know about you guys, but I came on here going, I'm not going to sound bitter, and I sound really bitter because I am really bitter. I hate how every other team is getting better than the Eagles. I hate it. I knew it and I expected it. And it's not that I didn't expect this, but I didn't think it would bother me as bad as it's bothering me. The fact that Howie Roseman's taking his hands and he's doing this, and he's sitting on them, and he's just watching guys just get signed. Boom, there goes another one. Boom, there goes another one. Boom, there goes another one. All to the NFC East. I saw a chart. Someone had the best wide receivers in the East, and they were all on other teams but ours. All of them. It's unacceptable. Trade for Minshew? I wouldn't mind that. I saw that, and I wouldn't mind Minshew as a backup to Hurts. I really wouldn't. They thought they were going to get Brissett. He signs with the Dolphins. I get it. He probably thought he has a better chance playing there. They thought they were going to get Tyrod Taylor. Where the heck does he go? He went to, I can't remember off the top of my head. You guys will let me know. But he's not coming here. You got Alex Smith is still available. Fitzpatrick goes to Washington. I heard somebody say, and look, guys, I'm like as big a football nut as you'll find. I can't believe Geno Smith is still playing in the league. I heard someone say the Eagles were interested in Geno Smith, and I'm like, Geno Smith, the ex-Jet quarterback? Like, what team is signed is keeping him around? I think Taylor did go to the Texans. I wanted to say that, but yeah, come on. Geno Smith is still, what is he? He's got to be 48 years old by now. He's still in the league. And what can you imagine him coming in? I heard someone else say RG3. No. I watched him come in for Lamar Jackson last year. Not good. Geno's been in Seattle. Geno's that shows how good Russell Wilson is, because I couldn't tell you who. I know they Seattle had an XFL quarterback, I think Jordan Tamau was like third string, but I had no idea that Geno was in Seattle. But I just, guys, I don't know, man. And again, we're sitting here picking at, and this is how bad this offseason is we're like, who the hell's going to be our backup? Like, we're biting our nails. Like, who's going to be Jalen Hurts' backup this year? Will it even be Jalen Hurts? Are the Eagles? Is it? And according to Howie Roseman and his at the little press conference that he had, they might still draft a quarterback. I don't know if that press conference was so bad. I had clips I was going to throw up here. It was so bad. Howie Roseman, like, man, first off, shave. Howie Roseman looks like somebody painted on his little fake stubble. Shave before Mariota. I wouldn't mind Mariota either. If Vegas releases him. But yeah, Seattle for Geno, good. I didn't know. I can't believe he's still playing. I really can't. I even thought at one point, I'm going, you know what? Maybe, I know that Sirianni and his staff, they're good on bringing quarterbacks back to somewhat of a potential that they had. Maybe Mitch Trubisky, and then he gets signed by Buffalo. But that's where I was at that. I don't know, man. There's so many needs on this team. There's absolutely so many needs on this team. The secondary needs to get revamped. We need linebackers. We got no friggin' linebackers. Give me Kyle Van Noy. I don't give a shit. Alex Singleton, Kyle Van Noy. Can Davion Taylor even see the field this year? Maybe. I mean, we got no linebackers. Our defensive tackle situation. Hassan Ridgeway they re-signed. Look, whatever. I mean, Fletch is still here. Our ends should be decent. I guess Barnett. And you mentioned Derek Barnett. He's going to be on the team. He got signed, or he got that $10 million roster bonus. Look, I'm not saying he's a bust. It did. And people are, when you talk about Derek Barnett, people are going, well, you look at Brandon Graham. Look how long it took Brandon Graham to become something. Maybe that's the same thing with Derek Barnett. I sure the hell hope so, because why pay him all this money if Josh Sweat is outplaying him? So there's just so many needs. Offensive line, I think, is going to be okay. I think those guys are going to get healthy, and I think we actually have some youth there. Nate Herbig he went through up and down season last year. I think he's going to be solid. I think the kid we got in the draft, Driscoll, I think he's going to be solid. A lot of good veterans. And then Jordan Mailata is an absolute stud. I think our offensive line is good. Tight ends, Dallas Goedert, what is he? I don't know. Is Zach Ertz going to get traded? I mean, I don't know. Because he wants to get out. He is begging to get out. Please release me. Please, somebody come get me. I heard Buffalo was supposed to trade for him, and they jumped out of the sweepstakes. But he's sitting on an island waving. Please, somebody get me. Somebody trade for me.
Help me! Help me! Nigga!
I mean, Stephen Joyce, what's up, man? How he looks like that 7th grade kid that wants people to think he grow a beard. Absolutely. He's definitely one of those guys. And if you read that story, I did a video I didn't even release about that story from Jeff McLean, where Howie and Lane Johnson got into that fight, and he's sitting here ribbing the guys in the locker room, and he thinks he's one of the boys. Look, in wrestling, you get there's some promoters that you'll come in contact with that have never wrestled, but they got some money, and it's not that they're bad guys at all, but they're fans of wrestling, and they want to be one of the boys. They want to go in the locker room and be one of the boys. And you just they're just, no matter how good they are as a promoter, no matter how cool they are as a person, maybe you have beer with them outside of the show, they're just never going to be one of the boys. And sometimes they take it too far, and you got to put them in their place. And that's exactly what happened with Howie Roseman and Lane Johnson. And Howie still seems like that guy. He's trying to be that cool kid. He's like the kid that got beat up by the guys on the football team. So now he is in charge of the football team, wants to be one of the guys. I can't wait till there's a day when we're not talking about Howie Roseman anymore. Trade Ertz for a cornerback or a linebacker. Trade at this point, and Ertz every day, his value is kind of just dipping, because what do the Eagles still? What do they keep him? I guess sign Pitts and move up for Najee Harris. Oh man, Najee Harris is a stud. A stud. I had a dream the other day that the Eagles got Devonta Smith. No, it was the other way around. That the Eagles actually, I was so pissed off that they drafted a quarterback at 6, but then they moved up to get Devonta Smith. So they had, I can't remember what quarterback it was. I think it might have been Justin Fields. And they had Fields and Smith. And I was like, I went from mad to happy. So hopefully they do something like that. Could you imagine them getting back into the first round maybe? And the Eagles need a beast at running back. Look, Miles Sanders, man, I like him like the next guy, but can he play 16 games? Can he go for, and look, if you're going to look at that Colts offense, they run the ball. Jonathan Taylor ran the ball. Frank Reich's coaching staff, which included Sirianni, look, they made Jonathan Taylor, and nothing against Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I think he's going to be a stud wherever he goes, but they definitely gave him that push to superstardom last year. So we could definitely use a guy like that. And I'm sure if Sirianni has any say in the draft, and maybe what am I talking? He doesn't have any say, but if he can pass a love letter to one of the scouts or please that says, please, I love you guys. Can you please, worked out for me last year. Can you please draft a running back? I'll make sure that he's good. That would be nice. That would be nice. That would be an absolute treasure right now. Somebody that with something. I want something different out of this. But man, we are wow, those 40 minutes went by fast. Not expect that. I got more stuff coming tomorrow too. Falling in reverse reaction video coming up. The people, all the Falling in Reverse fans have been awesome. I actually met an Eagles fan that was a Falling in Reverse fan, which is awesome. It was really cool how that worked out, I thought. But I think it's getting to that point where I think I've ran my mouth enough. So, and I'm sure, my kids are probably trying to get to sleep and probably telling me to shut my mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I'm hoping for Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle is and it's weird because he's so good and he was good the year before. He's being overlooked in this draft class. He really is. I would not mind him at all, and he does have a relationship with Jalen Hurts. Patrick Surtain, I like him. I don't like the fact that he can't run a 4.5, but if he can, I mean, look, he's the best corner in the draft, and we need corners, so I wouldn't be upset with him. Jamar Chase, I think is even though he didn't play last year, I think he's the best wide receiver in this draft, and is a legit number one for the Eagles. Fundamentals, systems, and ball. The words of the great Nick Sirianni. Yeah. You guys, maybe I'm gonna have to play that next time. He's talking about his brother being a great high school coach and loving those fundamental systems of ball. As a matter of fact, look, I'm getting that shit put on a t-shirt. I'm gonna sell it. Fundamentals, systems, and ball, and it's gonna be in that Eagles logo. Wow, I needed that laugh tonight. Did not expect to, so thank you.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And with that, everybody, look, it's been 40 minutes, 43 minutes. Really enjoyed getting a lot off my chest on this Saturday night. I hope everybody has a great, great weekend. Please stay tuned to the channel. Like I said, just going to be more stuff, all sorts of different content. And I promise I'm going to get to that draft review, which I'm going to do. I haven't decided. It's going to be Jamar Chase or Patrick Surtain. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, but that should be up within the next couple days. And we're just going to start rolling them out. If you guys watched me last year during the draft, I looked at just about every position for the Eagles and reviewed the guys I thought the Eagles might have a chance to get. So we're going to do the same this year. As always, guys, you're the backbone of this channel. Eagle fans, thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds. F Howie, as always. F Carson. And I'll see you later.